Well, hello there, Space Monkeys. Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden, and in this episode, we're going to be having a laugh at somebody else's expense, and I'm going to kick the proverbial corpse that is already CNN Plus. As you know, I've already made one video, and this is my follow-up to that video. A lot of the numbers are starting to come out now that it seems that CNN Plus is being bought out by Discovery, and it's going to be all under basically like HBO. But the failure to launch has been so epic that I think it would be just fun to, have a laugh. It's hilarious to me. As somebody that, when I kind of started this show, my idea has always been to like try to promote and help create a catalyst for the creation of an indie news network. A whole bunch of independent content creators who work together but don't ever like work for each other, don't work under any blanket corporations or anything like that, where we all kind of band together but do our own thing on the side, and we agree that we're going to kind of attack the propagandists, the people that do mainstream media right now who don't do anything except for lie to you and read off a teleprompter and wear a suit to work that costs more than most people's house. Those people are going to have a hard time transitioning online. You're never going to get Stuart Varney or Sean Hannity or any of these yuckos from CNN or MSNBC to do well online. The best you're going to get is somebody like TYT. Basically, MSNBC transfers online a little bit like that. But basically, we're going to box out most of these creators, these the old news, if you will. So if they can't transition well online and we take over this paradigm and replace the old media, the old news outlets, with more independent news outlets, we would have a network that's of, by, and for the people. And that way, at least you're going to get people's honest opinions, and they're going to be fact-checking, and they're going to try to do the news the best way that they can, instead of doing it in a way that is just told to them from up on high by Pfizer or, Jeffrey Katzenberg or Pierre Omidyar, all billionaire-owned and corporate-owned. So if we can do that, we will take over the new paradigm, and that'll be ours. That's why this makes me so happy. I believe that the first of the dying breed is basically dead now. CNN Plus was a catastrophic failure, and I speculated on a lot of this last week, but now a couple of the numbers are coming out because Discovery, the execs at Discovery who are buying CNN Plus, are seeing exactly how much of a train wreck it was, and they fired the CFO. The CFO from Discovery is now taking over his role at CNN Plus, and the numbers look terrible. In a previous report, guys, it showed that the daily viewership, about 10,000 people were accessing CNN Plus on a daily basis. Now, remember, there are small YouTube channels out there that I follow, that I cover on this show, that do good work, who have 20, 25,000 subs, and they routinely break 10,000 views in a day. So for CNN Plus to get on there and only average that, that's not so fucking good. That's not so good. But anyway, the amount of subscribers has now just been announced as well, and again, it is beyond underwhelming, and therefore hilarious to me, and I imagine most of you. So let's read you here from Axios. They were the ones that posted the original report as well. Scoop: CNN Plus looks doomed. Warner Brothers Discovery has suspended all external marketing spend for CNN Plus and has laid off CNN's longtime CFO as it weighs what to do with the subscription streaming service moving forward, 5 sources told Axios. Inside CNN, executives think the launch has been successful. Discovery executives disagree. CNN Plus has roughly 150,000 subs so far. It's been going, less than a month? Something like that. To give you an idea, some of the other mainstream media outlets, like online papers, like WAPO, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, those ones blow that away. And I think they say later on that I think WAPO and Wall Street Journal have like 2.5, 2.7 million subs each. So by comparison to their fellow propagandists, they're not looking so good, but I digress. And I think Breaking Points even broke that. Remember when Crystal and Sagar broke away from The Hill? In the first month, I'm pretty sure they had more than 150,000 subs. So that tells you also as well, because they're going to be on a different algorithm, not as harsh an algorithm as me and some other, real hardcore lefties. But Breaking Points, I'm pretty sure, broke 150,000. Status Quo with Jordan Sheridan's got like 130,000. The Gray Zone's got 210,000 or so. It's like, dude, that's that is a very, very small number for such a large investment, which, by the way, they say is $300 million so far. $300 million you invest. I'm not a mathematician or anything, but the amount you paid per subscriber is astronomical. Astronomical. Anyway, Warner Brothers Discovery wants to eventually build one giant service around HBO Max. New leadership has replaced CNN CFO Brad Farrer with Neil Chagani, Discovery's current CFO for streaming and international, as part of a broader finance and team restructuring. That's what they call firing somebody that didn't do a good job. Team restructuring. Broader finance team restructuring. New leadership has... other high-level positions at Warner Media across different business functions are likely to be eliminated to cut costs and streamline leadership in the coming weeks. Streamline leadership. Or trimming the fat, as they say. Anyway, let me read to you one more thing down here. CNN Plus launched on Roku last week, which should have prompted a subscription boost, but with marketing around the service suspended, there are concerns that growth will be short-lived. A point of pride amongst CNN staffers is how smoothly the app's rollout has been technologically. Yeah, that's because nobody's using it. You don't have to... Not a lot of people are using it at once. There was less chance of it crashing. Anyway... Executives believe that if the service wasn't being kneecapped, its growth rate would have rivaled other print news outlets like the Wall Street Journal and the WAPO, which have 2.9 million and 2.7 million digital subscribers respectively. Anyway, this is hilarious to me. I think this is the first of the future extinct, if you will. The people and the broadcasters that are not going to be able to transition well online, that will never be able to run their own show. They existed in a paradigm that is now always going to be associated, especially by younger people, as liars, propagandists, people not to be trusted because they look rich, they talk off a teleprompter, they never give their actual opinions. There are a few that will probably survive. For some reason, Rachel Maddow, you know she's a propagandist, but that's also her opinion. She has a big following. She'll probably transition well online. Eventually, Tucker Carlson and maybe one or two other people from Fox will probably make the transition. But by and large, a lot of these dinosaurs are on their last legs, literally. So our job, kind of, as this decentralized network of content creators working together, is to... Here's this evolutionary branch right here. And if you imagine there's a monkey evolving along his branches, and there's a split. The old monkey is the mainstream media, these pundits like Stuart Varney and all these, and Wolf Blitzer and all these guys, Anderson Cooper. We need to be that cousin that splits off and be a monkey that's a little bit more fast, does better fact-checking, doesn't lie to its audience, it's a little bit stronger, and we need to learn how to use hunting tools and be very aggressive towards the previous monkey, and that way we can make that monkey go extinct, and we will guarantee that we'll be the dominant way of getting information that is accurate out quickly. An independent news network. We can do this, but it might take us a decade. But CNN Plus, it probably didn't help that they went out and not only just told nothing but lies for God knows however long. They went out and attacked Joe Rogan after Joe Rogan embarrassed Sanjay Gupta. That didn't help you. He's popular. And he was right when he was schooling Sanjay Gupta on ivermectin. And also, it didn't help that they went out and attacked Russell Brand, and then Russell had to clap back and basically memed out Brian Stelter, ending his career. It's not over, but I mean, it's on life support, and so is CNN Plus, and that flabbergasts somebody like Brian Stelter. It didn't help that they did those things, and that's probably the reason, or one of the reasons, that they went down before MSNBC. But anyway, I digress. Their total price tag for CNN Plus, they were planning on spending $1 billion, and they were aiming for 15 to 17 million subscribers after 4 years and 2 million after the first year. Do you think these people live in a bubble of some kind? Because that's like orders of magnitude off of what they're actually going to get. I mean, how much in La La Land can you possibly be? But to the rest of us that understand those people are elitist pricks that are in their own bubble, this is not at all surprising. It's not at all surprising to me. I am happy that I'm getting to witness it so quickly, though. So I say we keep going, we keep evolving, keep, attacking the old, outdated propagandizers. Get rid of that paradigm. Let's kill that and become a network that's of, by, and for the people online, that's independent content creators just doing their best and protecting each other and checking their facts and trying to be truthful with their audience. I think we can do this. So next up, what? Next up, Hannity. TYT, we're doing well with them. That's kind of like the intermediary evolutionary step, and we're also advanced on them. That's like, because MSNBC kind of turned into like TYT. That's where Cenk used to be, and now he's TYT. But essentially, if you look at those two nowadays, they're basically a carbon copy of one another. So again, we can work on them too. So keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I love you. Fuck CNN Plus. This makes me very, very happy. We'll see ya.